serious. Mhm. Go on. There's also Murimi is like, it's okay, we're doing this. Somebody else. There's Diana Faustin. She's excited. There's also Stanley, who looks a little bit icked out. There's Eric Gitonga. He's waiting for all this. Go on, guys. Let's see some of these emojis. You can also raise up your hand and mute and tell us how you're feeling. There's Regina too. Thank you, Regina. Guys, you can also raise up your hand. There's also Mas G. She's loving, he or she is loving what is going on. Something else. Somebody can just raise up their hand and mute and tell us how they're feeling. Unasikiaje? Are you excited? What are you waiting for? Anyone else? There's also Charlotte Accord. Thank you, Charlotte. Someone else? Let's go to the chat. Let's see what's going on.
There's Dennis Kikoech, Anaka, energetic for the session. We see you, Dennis.
Hey. There's also Annette Wambui. She seems cool. There's Sebastian who's laughing at it all. Somebody else? Somebody else? Somebody who's able to unmute and probably talk. Unmute and probably talk. Flavian, any hand that is raised?
I can't see any hand that has been raised. Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing for now. For those who have shared their emojis, I am pretty grateful for that. What I've observed is sote tunataka hii session. We want to learn more. We are happy. There are those who are excited. There are those who are energetic. And that is awesome. So that was our first icebreaker. And probably I want to take the next session to the next speaker, who's Sebastian, my colleague. Sebastian, are you okay with that? Can take over. Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you, Ida and Flavian, for that. Yes, I'm taking you to the next session, the next part of this session. Actually, I want to set the agenda for the day to get you to know what we are going to expect in the course of this session. So just like we've done in the icebreaker, we'll be introduced to the overview of the program and also what events are expected in the coming days. We also go to the introduction of the speakers of the day. We'll get to know who are our speakers for this session. And we have two amazing speakers. So be ready to meet our speakers for this day. Later on, we're going to have a discussion with the speakers about their experience in content creation. Yes, we're going to have an experience with the speakers about their journey in content creation, how it has been, wamekuwa aje, content ina flow aje kwa upande wao and such kind of a thing. Then we're going to have an icebreaker where now we are going to take a 10-minute icebreaker just to refresh and to be back again for a very great discussion on what now what it means now to grow your audience, and also what it means to understand algorithm. After that, I know you got questions. We'll have a wrap-up session and then a summary of what we've discussed. Then we take questions from you people. Prepare your questions as we go through the session. Prepare your questions so that you can ask them in the end of the session, because you'll have an opportunity to unmute and speak or to write in the chat box. Then at exactly 4:30 to 5, we'll be closing this session with comments from the facilitators. So be ready for this. So now, because I'm the person facilitating the project overview, let me tell you about this project. The masterclass that you're having right now is organized courtesy of a project called Kenyan Content Project that is being implemented by Digital Opportunity Trust Kenya and co-implemented by African Digital Media Institute with the support from google.org. So google.org is looking forward to support underserved and disadvantaged young men and women to overcome the digital divide. They are bringing on board funding, innovation, and the technical expertise to give young men and women an opportunity to thrive in the digital spaces. Digital Opportunity Trust, on our part, we look forward to overcome the challenges that young men and women are facing in this 21st century. We are providing young men and women with 21st century digital skills that will enable them to thrive online. We are encouraging participation in these programs. In the course of the program, in the course of this session, you'll get an opportunity to know who is the community leader near your community. Then we have African Digital Media Institute. African Digital Media Institute, they have a foundation called African Digital Media Foundation. They also have the African Digital Media Studios. These are platforms. They offer mentorship, they offer training. They are running certificate and diploma programs for at least 20 diploma programs and certificates. It is the East Africa's premier creative media institution, and it is based in Nairobi and is giving content creators an opportunity to convert their passion into profession. So we are partnering with the local community centers, partner centers in your local communities. Just to mention but a few, we have the Ajira Digital. I think you've heard of Ajira Digital under the Ministry of ICT, Information Technology. And they are mostly based, supported by the national government and NGCDF. Then we have another partner center like the Kenya National Library Services. We also have the Ministry of Education is supporting really big in this program, the Kenyan Content Program. We also have Active Mind CBO, Yuko Pandeza Western. We have Nyando CBO. Ministry of Education is also supporting us, very big. County governments are supporting, and also we also have the Kerongoro Church and the Anglican Church of Kenya, the Diocese of Kitale. So this program is a 12-month program for content creators. It is a captured that we are looking forward to training at least 7,000 young men and women to transition from just creating content for fun to creating content for money, to create a sustainable income for themselves. We are being supported by 37 community leaders across 47 counties in Kenya. Just like I've told you, we have 40 plus local partners who have given us their centers to help us mobilize community members, active content creators into these centers. We train them, we support them to just understand what are the skills needed, what is the confidence needed to be consistent, and also to improve your contribution in the content creation or the digital economy. And that's all about the program. And one major thing about the program is that it is looking forward to tackling unemployment in Kenya and also supporting people to content creators to get the confidence they need to thrive in the digital spaces that we have currently in Kenya and internationally. So for that, I want to break there and then welcome Flavian to introduce our two amazing speakers and also to give us an opportunity to interact with them. Thank you. Over to you, Flavian.
Thank you so much, Sebastian, for taking us through what we are supposed to expect throughout the session and what the program is all about. At this moment, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our two speakers, Charlotte Wangui and Samuel Kuria. Thank you so much for honoring our invite. Thank you for being here with us today to share your insights and expertise on the topic, building an audience and understanding algorithms. Maybe to start us off, Charlotte, could give us a brief intro of who you are, what you are all about as a content creator and even beyond. Charlotte, are you there? Charlotte Wangui, are you there?
Flavian, I don't think she's with us at the moment. Just have Samuel introduce themselves. I think she'll join us as we proceed.
Samuel, the floor is yours. A brief intro of who you are, what you do as a content creator and even beyond. Samuel, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Don't Kenya, for giving me this opportunity. Ni opportunity poa sana yenye hata nimeshukutaka kushare na majenzi. Ndivyo venye wanaweza make nini? Wanaweza make do pesa most kwa nini? Kwa through content creation. Na pia nikitaka kuwa motivate sana, nitaonyesha through. Na before nionyeshe venye na making do, nitaonyesha even my YouTube studio venye na making do. Before, wacha kwanza niwaambie story of my life ndio niingie kwa nini? Kwa content creation. Okay, mimi nilianzia content creation pale hivyo Instagram. Huko hivyo ilikuwa back 2013 after nilimaliza form 4. Hapo hivyo 2013 the time nilimaliza form 4 ndivyo sasa nikaingia pale hivyo Instagram. Na Instagram inajulikana ni ya nini? Ni ya all about photos. Sasa pale hivyo on Instagram hapo hivyo 2014 2015 ndivyo sasa tulikuwa tunajaribu like how you can gain venye unaweza pata audience. Tulikuwa tunajaribu one way or the other, but kupata audience ilikuwa noma. Di hapo hivyo nikaenda nikagundua making good photos. Yani unaenda shoot, unaua shoot, yani umevalia fiti. Watu wanapenda nini? Walikuwa wanapenda sana ruku. Ndivyo nikaanzia kwenda ma photoshoot hivyo na nika create audience. The time nili create audience, na create audience napata likes mingi but hakuna pesa. Nikaendelea tu hivyo nika make sasa ikuwe like yenye sasa naweza make pesa. Sasa nikaanzia kwenda sasa shoot kali na tafuta like dem tunaenda kualifa tunagonga photo kali hadi zina trade all over the world. Sasa hapo hivyo ndivyo nilipata opportunity like brands zinaanzia kunini kuchukua photo zangu na wanatumia maybe kwa nini hao wanauza manguo, mafuta hivyo. Na ndivyo sasa nilianzia, but hiyo ilikuwa like once like after 3 months ndivyo umepata one endorsement. Na that time walikuwa wanauza endorsement zilikuwa yani pesa kidogo. Ndivyo hapo hivyo 2017 nikaamua like let me try like niingie YouTube nione if life inaweza ni change. Like hapo hivyo YouTube watu wenye walinimotivate walikuwa like akina Muramwa. I know maybe unajua akina Muramwa walikuwa mabesti zangu. Sasa nilikuwa naona they are making pesa. Maybe kuingia hapo hivyo kuingia YouTube hapo hivyo 2017. Okay, nilikuwa na hii like ukinisikiza sana when you hear me unaweza sikia niko na hiyo asset ya Kikuyu. Like ningeenda kuongea tu hivi. Most of the people wagenicheka, sijui unangoa, sijui unafanya nini. Manze, sasa nilikuwa na a lot of pain, a lot of fear. And then hapo hivyo nikamake like okay, I have to quit kwa sababu nachekelewa sana na ngoa sana. Yeah? Like comment pale hivyo nika have mazee wacha kwanza ni quit. Na nika have ku quit. Sasa nikakuwa si make nini, sasa ni photoshoot nini na ni my Instagram, Facebook nikakuwa na a lot of followers. Tukakakaa my brother the Pruto, sijui if you know the Pruto. The Pruto is my brother, my younger brother, akakuwa like ndivyo sasa ako nini, ako universities na akaniambia bro, mimi nataka kuwa na numbers kama wewe. Sasa tukanini hivyo tukaongea like nikamwambia but you can do more than, because mimi nilikuwa napenda about YouTube. Nikamwambia okay, you can do YouTube, you can do this service and you can make a lot of money. Sasa I had to provide a traffic ndivyo apate audience ya kuingia hadi pale hivyo nini YouTube. Sasa nikakam with idea of what he can do. Sasa tukaanzia like tulikuwa tunaanzia like podcast. Like podcast venye tulikuwa tunafanya like podcast ikakuwa watu kwa sababu ya kwanza watu waielewi, tukaenda kwa lifestyle, akaanzia lifestyle ikaanzia, but sasa have kuwa na relationship kisha lifestyle ika break up kwa sababu waliachana na demu wake, na hapo hivyo ndivyo tulikuwa tumeangalia nini pesa. Sasa tukakaa chini and then sasa tukakuja na another content ikakuwa like loyalty test. Tukaona loyalty test ilikuwa inaenda sana majuu, tukasema acha we do like a copy pasting tuifanye hapa hivi Kenya. The time sasa tukaanzia ikapika haraka sana, ili peak within no time. Like tulipostia kwanza, ya pili, ya 9 ilienda 1 million. And then tukajua hapa video pesa iko. Mimi sasa nikakuwa hapo hivyo tukafuatana. Yes, unajua shoka mbili, yani 2 axes zikiwekwa kwa the same basket lazima zitagongana. Ikafika mahali like wase waliniingilia sana, wewe unafuatanga ndugu yako unafanyanga hivi. Nikajua hapa hivi ni noma. Then nili have to drop. And then nikasema okay, I have to start my own content. Sasa nataka kuanzia ile content sasa, but niko na ile fear like nikienda kusema kitu watu wata comment negatively, yani ilikuwa ni bring down sana. Nikasema okay, let me start like a prank. Naenda prank pahali sitaongea like a silent content. Nikaanzia kwenda na shoot like content ilikuwa kuprank watu, naenda kwa street na prank watu, but hiyo ilikuwa like ya 2 minutes. Ilikuwa like ya 2 minutes. Nikafanya hivyo and the time nilifanya hivyo niligrow sana at YouTube, na nika like kuwa like na 30k subscriber. But this content ilikuwa so yani kidogo sana kwa sababu ni 2 minutes. Na hope mnaelewa algorithm ya YouTube. Let me explain. Wacha ni explain. The more una make content kidogo like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, kuna kitu inaitangwa RPM na kitu inaitangwa CPM. RPM unalipo dio inasema advertisers wenye wamecollaborate na YouTube wanakulipa pesa ngapi kwa video yako. Na kwa hivyo kama your video iko like 2 minutes, ni kusema hawataweza kuweka ads mingi kwa sababu tunalipangwa pa ads view, not per view but per ads view. Sasa ilikuwa like 2 minutes, nimepost video ya 2 minutes either utapewa ad ama ukatae kupatiwa ad na YouTube, that algorithm of YouTube. Sasa nilikuwa na have like nimepata like 90k views, but kwenda kuangalia pale hivyo pesa nimelipwa hata ijafika 1k. Nikienda kuangalia
excuse me Samuel.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Asante. I'd like to cut you short kidogo tu, but narudi tena kwako on the same. Asante sana, umetuambia you're a content creator. You mostly focus on videos and the loyalty test, etc. I would just like to know, mentioned that when you started, ulianza na kupost mapicha Instagram, and mention about photo shoot. So ni zile vitu gani zenye ulifanya zenye zilikusaidia ku attract your first followers? Maybe walikuwa the first 500 or the first 200 followers. Aside from kwenda photoshoot kupiga mapicha safi sana, what are some of the strategies that you used ndio attract our followers?
Okay, thank you very much. Acha nirudi hapo hivyo nyuma. On Instagram the time nilikuwa na start nilikuwa na nilikuwa na followers kidogo sana, kwa sababu when nilikuwa na start kwenda photoshoot nilikuwa na 100. Nilikuwa na followers only 100. Chenye ilifanya nilikuwa naenda shoot. The time naenda shoot nilikuwa najua na nafanya research which hashtag. Ni hashtag gani zenye zina trend. Like nikienda on Twitter unaona hashtag zenye zina trend sana hivyo. Ukienda on Instagram hapa livo home kuna pahali pa search. Ukienda hapo hivyo search unaonanga like ni gani na trend sana, ni hashtag gani na trend sana. Kwa hivyo nilikuwa nafanya combination of hashtag, naweka like hashtag mingi, and then nikianzia my caption na make sure caption yangu lazima inafutia kabisa, short and brief. Yani caption yenye inafutia kabisa lakini si long, just short. Hivyo ndivyo nilikuwa nafanya, and then nilikuwa na make sure niko na consistency. Every day nige make sure nimepost every day nige post a new photo. Na pia nilikuwa nafanya research, najua ni what time kuna kuanga na traffic. What do I mean by traffic? Na maanisha hivi, ni time gani watu wanakuanga wengi katika mitandao. In my research ilikuwa hivi na bado iko hivi hadi wa sasa. Morning saa 5 inakuanga na traffic. Morning saa 5 mostly ukipot saa 5 traffic inakuanga juu, kisha inaenda inaanguka hapo hivyo saa 6:30 saa 7, kisha inaamka saa 8. Ikifika tena 6 inaenda chini, kisha itaamka tena 8:30 hadi saa 5:30 usiku. Kwa hivyo hiyo time ndio mostly nilikuwa na post my photos. Hope nimekuanza that question.
Yes.
Another clarification.
Thank you so much. Umesema ndio upate traffic, ndio upate followers kwa site yako, you checked on your time za kupost. So hizi times, are they only for Instagram ama pia YouTube inatumia such timings, Facebook, or it's just for Instagram? Hizi timings ndio ziko sawa na Instagram? Maybe if you can
Okay, let me answer you na ni explain kabisa. Okay, saa 5 ni kwa kila social media, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. Saa 5 ukipost nini yako saa 5 no make sure like umetumia good hashtag yenye trend, lazima itaenda juu. Kisha saa 8 everywhere in social media. Na pia hiyo wakati nimesema maybe after news kitu 7:30 to 8:30 post hapo hivyo, lazima video yako itaenda sana. But mostly if you are new in YouTube na unataka kumake like kumake nini yako iende haraka, mostly post at 8:30 usiku. Hapo hivyo nini yako itapata watu wengi, but tena itaenda isimame during usiku kwa sababu hakuna audience. But ukipost saa 5 mchana haitaenda sana, but itaenda kidogo, but at the end of the day itakuwa imegain high audience, itakuwa imegain watu wengi.
Asante
I'm
sana.
done.
Thank you, Samuel, for clarifying your issue na time. Umemention consistency pia. I would love to understand hii consistency inamaanisha nini ukicreate content. Maybe there is somebody here kwa chat, kwa session yetu mwenye haelewi consistency as a content creator. What does it mean? If you can explain on that.
Okay, I will give an example to my new YouTube channel. Nitaonyesha how much I have made na how I make my content. It's 1 month old. Okay, chenye namaanisha na consistency ni hii. Like, kama una post, make sure una post daily. Una make sure una post daily. What do I mean? Kama there is kama tuseme it's on YouTube. Maybe like for me, for a moment, I'm doing humanitarian content. I make sure nime post daily ndivyo keep my audience. Audience wangu wanajua every day wanapata something new on my page. Like kupost daily. Hiyo ndio inamaanisha unanisikia?
Ulipotea kidogo. I don't know if it's on my side, but
It's on your side kwa sababu sijaguza, it's on your side.
oh, thank you. Kuna mtu kwa comment section anauliza, Matiba Kennedy is asking, is it everything you are supposed to post? I do not understand what you mean, but I think anamaanisha, are you supposed to post everything, every content that you create, or unafaa ku specify, or unafaa kuwa specific on a certain kind of content?
Can I
guessing
clarify that,
what...
please? Please, sorry for interrupting. Can I comment something about that?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yes, sorry. Sorry for interrupting. My name is Justin. So I was inquiring about is it okay if, for example, kama kuna content creator, yes, for example, there's a content creator mwenye ana post maybe various kinds of content. Today, maybe ana post workout routines. Maybe kesho ana post maybe cooking routines. Maybe another day. Okay, is it maybe more advisable to maybe kama umeamua cooking, maybe Mondays you do cooking only. So every Monday you do recipe. Maybe every Monday you do this recipe, another Monday you do another recipe of a certain food, and then maybe every Wednesday you do maybe a workout. Maybe, for example, in your page, every Wednesday you are posting workout routine, and every Monday you are posting cooking routine. So your audience will know that every Wednesday this specific content creator is posting about, maybe every Tuesday ana post about workout, and there's a someone mwenye akona shida na maybe workout routines. Remember, as a content creator, you need to solve a problem for a person. For example, kuna mtu anaendanga gym but ajui the reps that anafaa aende through so that achieve the goal that he or she was wanting to achieve. So maybe, for example, can we do that maybe Monday?
Thank you.
Maybe say Monday workout, Tuesday maybe we do cooking, Wednesday we do maybe something like sports. Okay, is it
Thank you so
advisable?
much. Thank
Yes,
you
you get
so
me.
much, Limo. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Limo, for that. I'd love to request Samuel to just, your swali, I put it somewhere. You may have to answer it towards tukielekea kumaliza hii session, just put it somewhere at the back of your mind, tafadhali. Earlier on, Samuel, you had mentioned about engaging with your followers in terms of creating videos and such kind of stuff. But I would also just like to know, when you started creating content, when you ulianza ku create content, mention about loyalty tests. How did you break down that specific topic? Ama ulikuwa na matopics mingi that you wanted to do? How did you come up with that niche, your specific topic? Samuel?
Thank you very much. Okay, for the first time, tulikuwa tunaangalia mostly like what we have, like tulikuwa tunaona tunaweza fanya mambo mingi, but tulikuwa tunaona hatuna cameras, hatuna boom, nini. Sasa cha msingi tuliangalia hivi, ni nini hasa tuko nayo yenye itaweza tufanye hii content. Hata kama tulikuwa na a lot of contents, we have to sit down na tuka choose loyalty test, kwa sababu loyalty test ilikuwa tu inahitaji just a phone. Unachukua tu phone, unachukua tu. Sasa tulichagua kwa sababu hatukuwa tunatumia vitu mingi. Ilikuwa tu nini? Just a lapel. Lapel niyo kitu ya sauti na just simu. Hatukuhitaji ati kwenda kununua vitu zingine, ni ile tu simu yenye tulikuwa na. That's why we choose nini? Loyalty test. Answered?
Okay. Thank you so much. Umemention.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Samuel.
Okay.
Just
No, just
kindly
to
mute your
say,
mic, Justin.
he has not answered my question. Just I was asking.
I'm sorry, but your question will be answered at the end of the session.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Samuel, to break down the importance of having a niche market or a specific thing that you want to focus on. And I love that mention your aspect here, starting with what you have to create the kind of content that you want. So you could be having vitu mingi za content mingi unataka kufocus on, but with the tools that you have ndo zitakusaidia be specific on the kind of niche that you want to focus on. Thank you so much. I don't know if Charlotte ameshaingia. Doreen, is she?
She will be
in?
joining us soon, but she's not in here yet. So let's just proceed with Samuel. She'll be joining us soon. She has a shoot and she's running quite late. Sorry for that.
Thank you. As I move on to you, Della, maybe kama unaweza to explain here, just a brief explanation on importance ya kujua the kind of audience mse anafaa kuwa nayo. And by this I mean audience demographics. Kwa content creation, even as I train youths how to make money online through their passion, napatana na zile changamoto za kujua audience demographics zako, and I'm kind of understanding that it's an important aspect when creating content. So maybe if you can explain to us, why is it important kujua hizi ama our audience demographics? And by this I mean the age of the like wako kwa age gani, are they male or females mostly wenye wana engage na content yako, wako located wapi? Why is it important to know such kind of information? Samuel, Della?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, first of all, kwanza nita explain kidogo the time unataka kuchagua content, ndivyo ujue ni content gani huwa nalipa pesa mingi na ni content gani huwa ina nini inalipa pesa kidogo. Like earlier nilikuwa na explain how nilikuwa na make nini a short content, kisha nikamua ni make a longer content. Okay, for the time una make like a short content, haupatangi ile audience ya kukaa, like hauna ile stable, hata ukuwe na audience like ukuwe na subscriber 1 million, sometimes utakuna post bado unapata like uko na only 1000 views. Why? Most of the people wanapenda like a longer content, na the more una make a longer content, una make watu wakae sana kwa nini, kwa your platform, una make watu wengi wakae kwa your platform. Na tena the more una make wrong content, unalipwa pesa mingi, na most of the time the more una make wrong content, unalipwa pesa mingi na utatumia a lot of energy na a lot of time. Let me explain. The more una make wrong content, maybe unafanya like a podcast, umekuwa like mnafanya podcast, mnaongelelea kuhusu kitu fulani, mkaongea like for 1 hour, mkaongea kitu for 1 hour, but watu hawakuwatch sana, let's say watch like watu 3000, wamewatch 3000, but umelipwa na RPM ya juu, umelipwa na pesa mingi kuliko mtu mwenye amemake video ya 2 minutes, maybe kinda 300k. Hapo hivyo mmenielewa? You have any question before I proceed?
If I may.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Samuel,
Did we
connection
lose
yangu
Flavian?
ni buffer kidogo. Yes, I lost you somewhere in between.
Where? I can't hear you. Sikusikii. Oh, kabla ukuje, wacha nikuwe nikianswer the question yenye ilikuwa imeulizwa na mtu hapo hivyo nyuma. Alikuwa anauliza, is it good like today you are doing like this content maybe for jogging, maybe kesho unafanya like for cooking, and maybe hiyo ingine unafanya maybe vile ukiwa beach. Hapa hivyo nitakwambia, maybe kama unafanya vlog about your life, you can do that. But if uko serious on your content like cooking, let be a cooking. Acha post, tafadhali upost leo cooking, kesho cooking, and hiyo siku ingine cooking. Like your audience watakuwa na kuja hapo hivyo like kuwatch all about cooking, all about food. Ukikuja tena uanzie kuwaletea jogging, bro, wata unsubscribe, na hapo hivyo uta reduce your click rate. Mtu ameona umepost video, ameigia, lakini huyu mtu si wa kupika, ni wa jogging, amepata hapo hivyo unang'ang'ana na masufuria. Kwa hivyo atatoka, na the time atatoka na alikuwa na watch video zako, YouTube algorithm watajua aje hii video si mzuri, na watu wameingia wakitokaga. Kwa hivyo umefanya nini? Your click rate imeenda chini, na YouTube they does not like recommend your video anyhow. The time wataona click rate imeenda chini, kutoka hiyo saa hiyo your videos hazitakuwa recommended. Hata ukijaribu tena kuleta hiyo ya kupika tena, haitakuwa recommended, na hapo hivyo ndio utakuwa umeingia kwa kaburi. Kwa hivyo kama it's cooking, acha ikuwe cooking. Kama ni jogging and whatever, make a YouTube for that thing. Afadhali utuwekee cooking like Monday, maybe utuwekee Friday, maybe utuwekee hiyo next week, but ikuwe ni cooking. Tukiingia kwako tunajua it's all about cooking. Tukienda ingine tunajua it's all about nini? Gym. Tukiingia tunataka kujua tunajengaje nini? Biceps. Lakini si mambo na kupika. Mimi nikienda nipate unapika na mimi nilikuwa nimekuja kujua how to make big biceps, mimi nitatoka, na nikitoka already nishakuharibia nini? Nishakuharibia YouTube yako. Tukifanya hivyo tukiwa watu the first like what 100, ni hivyo your YouTube sasa hazitakuwa recommended, na kutoka hapo hivyo your graph itaanzia kwenda chini, and hapo hivyo utaanzia kuferi nini like in YouTube, in Facebook na Instagram. We work the same.
Can
Thank
I
you so
can I
Answer?
ask a question? Can I ask
Yeah,
another question?
please.
Yes.
Thank you. Justin,
Yes.
are you there? We'll have the question and answer session after we are done with the panel discussions, kindly. So maybe you
Okay.
can put
Thank
a
you.
note
Thank you.
on your question. Yes. Thank
Yes,
you.
please. Thank you. Thank you.
Asante sana, Della, for clarifying the importance of choosing one niche market for a particular platform. Kama ni kupika nafanya, kwe ni Instagram ama ni YouTube. Audience wangu wakikuja, or if a stranger comes to my platform, they know what I'm creating content on. So thank you so much for clarifying that. On the same note, how or why is it important for your audience, ama your followers? Why is it important for them to have a relationship with you as a content creator or as an influencer mwenye wana follow? Even as you try to create a community with them, mbona your relationship ni important between you and your followers? Why is it important to have that relationship in terms of content creation? Della?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, lazima like ukuna make si chenye unapenda but chenye watu wako wanataka, kwa sababu already you started na uka have how audience. Sasa hapa hivyo mostly watakuwa like si umeleta like hii content on comments, mostly wanakuambianga maybe correct on this and this, ama stop doing this and this, and maybe next time tulete this type of the content. The more umefanya kulingana venye wamekwambia bring this content to us, na kisha kwa create time na ukawaletea, hao watu huwa wanafurahia sana, they share your content na wanakuwa wamefurahia sana, na huwa nafanya referring, wanaenda kuambia watu wengine, yani wanajifeeling like unawapenda like yeah, na hapo hivyo una creating another spirit, na that's how una retain nini audience wako. Kitu cha msingi si hata kutafuta wengine, kwanza ni kuretain na kufurahisha wenye uko na wao kabla hujaleta wengine. Nimeanza.
Yes, umenijibu. Thank you so much for kuclarify hiyo issue ya kufoster community na followers wako. I'd also just want to know, venye ulikuwa unaji-introduce, mention something on fear when you wanted to start kupost content yako. Ulikuwa na hiyo uoga, maybe because of the accent or such kind of stuff. So what are some of the, in relation to hiyo uoga yako, what are some of like the mistakes that content creators make wakijaribu kubuild an audience? For example, kuna an aspiring content creator mahali in Kisumu, you know, and they are out there on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and they have that photo of theirs somewhere or whatever content wanna create. But when they try to build their audience, maybe wanna face some challenges, ama kuna ma mistakes zenye wana make. So you as an established content creator, una monetize content yako, unaweza mwambia nini huyu aspiring creator? Hizi ni mistakes gani zenye hafai kufanya akibuild audience? Maybe if you can expound on that, tuambie hizo ni mistakes gani zenye Gen Zs wana make wakibuild audience.
Thank you very much. Kwanza nita explain penye nilikuwa na go through mostly, na like okay, my fear did make who I am. Like hiyo fear yangu na pain ndio ilifanya nikuwe mimi sasa. Okay, for the first time nilikuwa na make content, nilikuwa people like nikiongea tu hivi, a lot of people walikuwa naanzia kucomment negatively, but hiyo kucomment negatively ndio ilifanya ni grow, kwa sababu the time umepost your content, maybe picture or anything umepost on your social media, and then for the first time upate hizo comment zikuwe negative or positive. The more wame comment, the more either your photo, your video imekuwa recommended, kwa sababu imekuwa na a lot of nini, na a lot of engagement. Sasa kwa hao watu like wanaanzia content creation, wanaanzia like for today, anaanzia content creation, anaenda pale hivyo anapata like 3 views, kisha anakuja kesho, I'm talking about YouTube, anakuja kesho anapost another video, anapata just 1 view, anakaa anakufa moyo. Huyo mimi nitamuoga na asaidi kuwa na hiyo uoga. Okay, hata kama mimi mwenye niko established, like nilianzia like the time niliamua kuchange content yangu na nikaanzia nyingine. For the first day, sitakudanganya, nilianzia my YouTube channel. The time nilianzia na nikaenda pale hivyo, niko na a lot of followers pale hivyo Instagram, Facebook na WhatsApp. But the time niliwaambia, hey guys, nimeopen my YouTube channel, new journey, nini, mi sitawaficha. For the first 48 hours, wali subscribe only 9 people, watu 9 peke yake. Na nikienda pale hivyo kuangalia wenye wamesubscribe, unaweza iona hapo hivyo kwa YouTube studio, hata brother wangu hakuwa amesubscribe, even my wife. Hiyo sitaficha. Haya, nikakuwa like nikawekelea for the first, kwa sababu already kabla sijaanzia nilikuwa nimemake video, nilikuwa nimemake 10 video ndio nisikufe moyo, nikianzia kupost maybe ni post ya kwanza niona haijaenda niache kupost. Kwa hivyo nili make sure nimetafuta like 10 contents nikaziweka pale packing, lazima nizipost hata kama zikikataa kwenda lazima ni post. Kwa hivyo nilikuwa nisha make 10 contents. Ya kwanza nikapost, nilipatanga 3 views. Na those 3 views ni mimi nimewatch na TV yangu na tusimu tuwili twangu. The next day nikapost ingine. Hiyo hata siku view na mainini na simu zangu. Nikapata iko na nini? Iko na 7 views. Nikapost ingine, ikapata sijui 3 views. Lakini kwenda kuangalia jana ya juzi nikapata iko 18 views. Mi nikaendelea tu hivyo, nikaposti ingine. But the time nilienda kuposti ya 9, kuna yenye nilikuwa nimeposti ya 4, nikapata YouTube isha recommend iko 1K. Nikakuwa like motivated. Already nilikuwa nimemaliza content zenye nilikuwa nisha shoot. Sasa ikabidi nikakuwa motivated, nikarudi kwa nini? Nikarudi kwa ground. Kurudi kwa ground nakuja na post, napata kenye nilikuwa nimepost imekuwa recommended. This is how YouTube algorithm work. Ukipost video, unajua YouTube huwa recommend ama distribute your video like anyhow.
Samuel.
Yeah.
I'd like to cut you short kidogo too, but I'll
It's okay.
get back to you on the same. Ume mention that fear, in line with your content creation journey, fear was one of the things that was zenye uliface time yenye ulianza kucreate content, na umetuambia one of the ways that you can manage such kind of thing is kupost tu, yani being confident, kuweka tu kazi yako hapo ndani, hata kama unapata 3 views, 9 views, which is very important. Maybe kama unaweza share na sisi pia another mistake that umeona aspiring creators wanafanya when they try to build their audience ama their followers. Any other mistake that you've witnessed in your journey or in your friend's journey venye time yenye walikuwa wakianza ku create content, a mistake made by them? Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Nitapatiana example with my friend. Okay, unapatanga mtu ameanzia content creation. Most wanafanyanga hivi, anapost siku ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, anaona hii content haiendi, ana change. ana post tena, anaona yendi, ana change content. Hiyo ndio mistake wanafanyanga sana, na at the end of the day wanakuwa disappointed, na hapo hivyo ndivyo wanaquit nini, content creation. Okay, I understand YouTube, na na understand YouTube vizuri sana. Okay, let me give wacha niwapatie just a little knowledge about YouTube. YouTube lazima upost a certain content leo, upost kesho, that ndivyo YouTube ijue what type of the content yenye una make, na every type of the content huwa inakuwa distributed to a certain group of the people. Yuko kama mnanielewa? Kwa hivyo upost leo maybe humanitarian, kesho upost comedy, hii siku ingine upost sports, hii siku ingine YouTube itakuwa recommended, and then it's like itaachana na your nini, itakuwa like imeweka padding. The more uta post the same type of the content, if itaanzia kunini kudistribute your content. Kwa hivyo mimi naweza kuambia hivi, if umestart umeanzia content creation kama ni hii, ipatie time, itagrow tu, na YouTube itanini, itairecommend YouTube jitu itanini. And then kuna this another mistake agency wanafanyanga. Unapata mtu anafanya nini, anafanya comedy, na the time anafanya comedy anaenda natafuta another nini influencer, maybe mwenye akona maybe 100k subscriber, na maybe anafanya lifestyle, na yeye anafanya comedy, anakuja anaambia huyu, acha nikupea ubiri ama 3 unipostie link kwangu, ndivyoambie watu wako wakuje wa subscribe kwa yangu. Na most of watu wake ni wa lifestyle, na wewe unafanya comedy. Kwa hivyo atakuja after kupost, wakiingia ndani waone si kitu tunapendaka. Kwa hivyo click rate yako itaenda chini. Na after hapo hivyo your videos zitakuwa recommended. Na hapo hivyo ndivyo nini yako utapoteza a lot of nini pesa zako. Cha msingi chenye naweza kuambia ni hii. Kama unataka hiyo pesa ukienda kulipana, itumie kunini kumake another content, hata kama ni kutafuta simu yenye inashoot poa, hata kama ni nini, hata kama ni kamera. Invest in you kwanza, jua the way unaweza deliver your content ikiwa fit. Usikufe moyo. Kama ni comedy, post comedy leo, kesho, na the more una post comedy, kwa sababu place yenye iko na pesa ni YouTube. Ukimake trailer, una make trailer short tu kabisa, unaipost maybe Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, unawadirect wakuje YouTube, na at the end of the day utagrow, kwa sababu utagrow tu, lakini the time utaenda kuwaste pesa zako tu watu sijui wakupostie link, already utakuwa umejiconfuse. Another question.
Thank you so much, Samuel. I love that. Samuel, Della mentioned about changing content, which disrupt your engagement na followers wako. Thank you so much for giving us an open mind about changing content on your YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. I'd like to recognize the presence of Charlotte Wangui, our other speaker. Thank you for joining. Karibu sana. Maybe you could introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Charlotte? What do you do as a content creator and even beyond? Charlotte?
First off, I would like to say thank you for having me, and I'm very sorry that I'm late. Work got caught up kidogo, but I finally managed to be here. So basically, my names are Charlotte Wangui, but I popularly go by Koi Kakuo. Koi is the short form of my last name, of my second name, sorry, Wangui. I am a content creator. I'm also a social media influencer, and I also host a show called What Gen Z Want to Know. Niko hapa hata kwa ofisi, I'm at Control Z. So that is basically what I do, content online. I don't do YouTube per se, but TikTok, Twitter, Instagram is where I'm mostly active.
but YouTube ukinitafuta utanipata kwa page ya Controls. So that is basically what I do.
Asante sana Kui, karibu sana. We were having a discussion on building an audience, and I'd just love to get your view or your insight on the importance of having a niche selection when building an audience, and maybe how to choose a niche market for your content.
Okay, so I mostly do Gen Z related content. I am a Gen Z, like the generation itself, but I also do Gen Z as doctors, Gen Z as lawyers, Gen Z as very many different scenarios that Gen Zs could be part of, because I mean, in the near future, we are the future of this country. Like one day we'll have someone from our generation as a president, we'll have someone in our generation as the deputy, as the CS, as the future doctors and all that. So for me, ever since day one, I created a very niche community around myself, because I do Gen Z related content. So any Gen Z out there who will see my video, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I definitely relate to this. Or if I was a doctor, I would definitely do whatever it is that you're saying in the video. So it is actually very important. I think you first need to look at what is it that you want to put out there. See tunaweka tu content, whoever likes it, likes it. Like you also have to, by the time I'm starting, I need to grow with the same people, so that the people who saw me 5 years ago will be like, oh my gosh, I knew her when she was just at 2,000 followers, and now she's maybe at 500K or 1 million or whatever. So it is very important to grow a very niche audience of people. That way it can also diverse, because us as Gen Zs, I've gotten a lot of feedback from Gen Zs out there, and they say things like, I showed my mom this video and she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's so you. Or I showed my auntie, or I showed my workmates. So the fact that you're able to concentrate on a certain group of people, and that group of people will push your content out there to show people like, hey, by the way, ebu oneni venye Gen Zs wanakuanga, ebu oneni, like things like that. So from that niche group of people, then you're able to diversify and do all other things. Like, of course, I initially used to do only Gen Z content, but with time you're like, oh, if I do this video, people will also like it. So let me try this and see how well it will do. And when the same people who grew with you from day one see that, oh yeah, she's trying something new, so let's see how this one will go, they push your agenda and your videos and what you want to share with people out there. So iyo kugrona, that specific group of people definitely does contribute to growing a bigger audience, because where I was 3 years from now, I started content creation July 2022, and now, like when I'm looking back at how far I have come, it's like, oh, so now most of my followers, a good number of my followers are not just Gen Zs, even the parents of these Gen Zs are watching my videos. Like they'll send their videos to their kids and be like, hiya, imagine ukiwa engineer siku moja, hebu ona sasa venye utakuwa unafanya engineering university of whatever. So it diversifies the kind of content you put out there. It also gives you new ideas, because now you have a new audience. You have to fit in with the Gen Zs, with the parents, with the politicians, with the I don't know who. So it helps you also grow as a person, and also discover how creative you can get, because it's not just, unajua watu watachoka na Gen Z as like people don't want to see the same thing over and over again. But once you start diversifying, it's like, oh, she's funny in the Gen Z kind of way, but she can also make my mom laugh. She can also make my shosho laugh. She can also make my boss laugh. So to cut my very, very long story short, it is important to have that niche, because that is the niche that will help you grow into bigger and better and huger, if that is an English word, opportunity.
Thank you so much, Kui, for sharing your experience as a Gen Z content creator and the importance of having a niche market.
Excuse me, I have a question to Kui. Can I ask you something?
Yes,
we have your...
Oh.
You may ask after tumemalizana na hii segment.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. different ages, parents, Gen Zs. I just want to know importance ya kujua your audience demographics. Why is it important to know your audience demographics as a content creator, their age bracket, their location, their gender, and what are the tools that unaweza tumia kupata hizi demographics?
It's first, I will start by saying oh, sorry, you can hear me now? You can see me?
Yes.
Okay, so it is very important because all the apps that you put your content out there, whether be it Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they all work with an algorithm. So because personally, I love watching the Beta Squad. They are UK-based group of content creators. They are Somali, Nigerian. So you see, they're from diverse groups, but they come together to put out something that people will love to watch and people will love to interact with. So once I keep watching Beta Squad day in, day out, day in, day out. So the YouTube algorithm works in the sense that they've noticed that I like watching Beta Squad. So they would recommend other YouTube channels that are the same. So you find that maybe I've posted a video on TikTok because TikTok is my main, I'm very strong on there. So utapata, maybe I've mentioned, like you see what has been happening in the country recently, the maandamanos, us being as Gen Zs in the front line and all that. So I'll make a video probably talking about something like that. Then hapo chini at the search bar will say Gen Z at maandamanos. So anyone who comes into contact with that video will see that tag down there and be like, oh, so what is this Gen Z as maandamanos? Let's say someone who's probably not in Kenya or is not familiar with what is happening in the country, the fact that we are fighting for our rights, and Gen Zs as the generation itself are in the front line of all this. So it's basically going to teach them a lot more, like, oh, so they're in the streets protesting because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. They are on the streets because finance bill, because blah, 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 all that. So it also works as a way to educate people. So once you find iyo ka group yako, iyo umesema aya, these are the people I'm making content for, this is a group that I'm going to grow with, it helps you also understand the kind of people who are watching your videos. Because even comments come in, DMs like, hey Koi, I saw your recent video. I liked how you talked about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Hi Koi, in the comment section, I love how you put this. I would definitely have said the same thing. So once you realize how you also relate with your audience, it creates a kind of intimate relationship with them. That way, hata ukiweka content uko nje, then you'll be like, inajua watapenda kabisa. So once you learn that demographic and how these people think, because you're speaking on behalf of a whole generation. Like if I put Gen Z as doctors, I'm not just putting Koi as a doctor, I'm putting Gen Z as the whole as doctors. So when they relate to that and they're able to, whatever that was in their minds, they're able to put in the comment section and probably speak to other generations. Like mse akienda through my comments, they'll be like, so even if Gen Z wanafikirianga, so this is how Gen Zs work. This is how Gen Zs look at things from a completely different perspective. It creates a very intimate, again, I say, kind of relationship, because you end up speaking on behalf of everyone else. Like you're representing a whole generation. This is not a department at the office. This is not a group of people who like going hiking every 5 to 6 months. This is an entire generation that is growing, that is learning, that is trying to familiarize themselves with what is happening in the country and all, or whatever it is that they could be trying to familiarize themselves with. And it really, really does help, because now you feel like your audience are your friend. Like I get DMs from people that are like, oh my gosh, hi Koi, I'm finally in your DM and blah, blah, blah. And I'll respond like, I've known this person for like 5 years plus. So it makes them also comfortable with talking to you and I had this video idea, but I'm scared to put it out there. Could you please do it for me? So it creates a safe space for these people to air out their opinions, but they don't want to air them out themselves because they feel like there's someone representing them. So they say, could you please do this for me instead of me doing it myself? So inaletanga hiyo tuko pamoja. Tuko pamoja as us. Usifikirie hiyo tuko pamoja ingine. Tuko hapa as us. Hakuna handshake hapa. But it brings we are together. I understand you, you understand me, and I'm in a position to represent you exactly how you want to be represented.
Thank you so much, Kui, for putting emphasis on having the importance of having a community in your social media platform, and also the importance of knowing your audience demographics. Thank you so much, Della Pia, for taking us through the nitty-gritties on how to build an audience for your page and alongside your content creation journey. At this point, I'd love to welcome Ida Mudoki to take us through our second icebreaker session. Ida, are you there?
I'm there. Thank you so much, Flavin. Thank you so much,
Ida?
Kui. Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much, Flavin. Thank you so much, Samuel and Kui. So we want to have our second icebreaker, and our second icebreaker will be about the maandamanos that we have been having. So I believe that the finance bill protests have affected us in one way or another, and imezaa matunda at some point. So it is a kind of question, and I would want to know your views. You can raise up your hand after the question, probably just say something, or you can also type something in the chat box. So the question is, what do you think was the most impactful social media moment during the protest that we had? The most impactful social media moment during the protest that we had.
Go
Kui?
fast.
You can.
Okay, so as someone who went for this maandamanos and for the first time in my very young or old years, nilikula tear gas, like a tear gas canister was dropped right in front of us, and you think, like, before you get there, when you see videos online, you're like, I'm nikirushiwa tear gas, I'll just take it and just throw it back, or I'll kick it back. But when it's there, you're actually looking at it as it implodes in your face. So as someone who experienced the good and the bad of it, I think I'd call it a revolution, because we are not just fighting for ourselves, we're also fighting on behalf of our parents, on behalf of our great-grandparents. Personally, I am a product of people who fought in the Mau Mau War. My great-grandparents, dreadlocks in the forest, all that, blood oaths and everything of the sort, they experienced that. So when I was on the streets and I was, chanting reject finance bill, and I don't want to say his name, but that person must go. I'm not going to say who he is, but we all know the hashtags that have been trending. I felt some sort of, I have done my part, because being in a whole crowd of people, not being atubabaiki, polisi wako hapa, yes, wako na tear gas, yes, they have live bullets, yes, they have all this kind of armor, and I am here with my, bottle of water. I am here, no armor, no anything. Hata ukiva the mask, it really doesn't help. But just seeing
I'll interrupt you a little bit. I was kindly asking if you could just keep it a little bit short, if you don't mind.
No
kindly.
problem. Yeah. So seeing that I'm part of a whole revolution that has made changes. Now, I mean, he did not sign the finance bill. Recently, he just fired a good number of the cabinet secretaries. It's like, okay, I am doing my part in all this. So it's easy kitu tunafaa kusema aya amefanya ABCD, aya now we can relax. No, we keep going, we keep going, we keep going until we get exactly what we are asking for from the Kenyan government, from the president himself, and those all those people who are surrounding him, it's definitely been impactful because it has shown that the slightest bit of change you want to bring can really, really, really make a change in this country.
Thank you so much, Kui. We're also going back to the chats to see what people have said. And there is Regina that says the cabinet was dissolved. There was also Lucy Mwangi that saying that unity is power. There's also Petronilla, the X spaces and their impact. That is very true. Kanaiza has highlighted the icebreaker so that you guys can read it perfectly. Yeah. So any other hand that has been risen?
Either there's
Somebody?
someone who said, Isaac, just below my icebreaker comment, you can read that. Isaac says something. Yeah, Isaac says the photos of a guy standing on top of the traffic lights, like the Brazil statue of Christ, the Redeemer, was an inspiration. Yeah. Thank you, Isaac. Another reply, guys.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I think the most impactful moments throughout the demonstration has been just the youth showing up to issue out their frustrations and demands. It's for the first time we had so many people turn up with no political influence. Like there's no leader who came out to mobilize people as we've been seeing in the past demonstrations. So just the youth turning up and being fearless, being peaceful throughout the whole demonstration. Yeah, I think it has been the most impactful. No one ever thought something like this could, come up, but yeah, it's so revolutionary, and the impact is far-reaching, as we all see with this what the president has done and everything else which is coming. So yeah, it's been revolutionary. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dennis. Let's go back to the chat and read. We have the unity of Gen Z from Evelyn. Thank you, Evelyn. There's Maulid saying Babu Owino jumping from the gates of Parliament. There's also Sebastian Cairo pouring water on himself and leaving the scene. Wow. Then there's Tabitha, the creativity that came about daily from the young people, e.g. could change flavor, tear gas. Yeah, sure. I remember there was the pink one, the blue one, the gender reveal. Then there's Dennis Nderitu, comedians creating content and the pretext to give more information on the bill in a comical way. Yeah, sure. There's Ali sniffing. I think that is sniffing tear gas. Yeah, that's true. Then there's George that says that our voices were heard. So you can also raise up your hand and probably speak something if you want to engage. Flavin, is there any hand that is raised that I can see?
No hand raised, but Dennis Nderitu says that Tuesday and Thursday holidays were the most impactful thing for him. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. Anybody else? You can just, there's Evelyn. Evelyn is saying people uniting for the souls that were lost. Yeah, sure. That was something else. You can just type something or rather just raise up your hand and say something before we move on. Any other comment? Yeah, there is a Lucy Mwangi question from Justin Limo, that is Koi. I think this is a question. So we go straight to Petronila. Social media was used to mobilize young people. That is true. There is Amani, the cabinet fired. Yeah. At least we made an impact. So from that, I think I'll end our icebreaker. Thank you guys.
Maybe just to ask, can I ask?
Go on.
Yes, there's a question I've asked on the chat that I've asked Koi, how does she know whether her audience likes her content, so that she knows what to continue content creating with, so that how do you know whether your audience likes your content, or how do you engage with them on what content to create? Thank you.
Justin, please note that question somewhere. We have a Q&A session at the end. We would like to just take questions at the end of the session. Kindly let the panel discussion proceed. And once we have finalized that, you'll have a chance to ask your questions. So could we just have that at the back of your mind? Because of time, we might not be able to take questions in the middle of the session. Over to you, Sebastian.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Haida. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Doreen, and everyone in this session. I'm taking up the next panel discussion, and I really want to begin with Koi, because she already began almost describing the thing I was about to ask. So Koi, and welcome to the session. I want to know from you, what's your understanding of algorithm?
What
and how
is
is
my
it influential? How is it making content creation, your journey of content creation, impactful?
Okay, so like I said in the beginning, TikTok is my main thing. That's where you'd find me most active. And what I've learned from the past good number of years that I've been on TikTok is that ever since I started the Gen Z as series, that's what TikTok recognizes me for. Like hata nikienda huku nje, oh, that's the Gen Z girl. Like most people out here don't know my name, but when they see me, they automatically resonate my face with Gen Z content. And it works the same with the TikTok algorithm. So most of the time you find that like when you post something out of what you're normally known for, it doesn't do as well as when you do what you're known for. Like nitafanya Gen Z, like there's a video I did, Gen Z being kidnapped, Gen Z as traffic police. It has over 500,000 views and stuff. But like when I use a TikTok sound and I lip sync to a video, it doesn't get as many views. Why? Not because that video was bad or it's like, oh, video quality, sound quality, and the rest, but because TikTok has already recognized me as a Gen Z content creator. So hata nikiweka hapa juu Gen Z as blah, 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 itaenda mbali sana. Like I even get people from the US, oh my gosh, this reminds me so much of home. I can't wait to be back in Kenya. But when I do something outside of that, it doesn't go as much, or rather it doesn't do as well as I'd expect it to be. But that's also part of experimenting, because si ati aya sasa juu unajulikana as Gen Z as, then you cannot do anything outside of that. It's also good to experiment and probably see where the algorithm will take you. So I think it's just where experiment to whatever will work for you will work for you. Ile yenye umejaribu umeona, let me just stick to what I know best or what works for me and my audience, then I can do that. But that should not, the fact that you didn't get as many views, that should not limit you from doing what you're supposed to do, because sometimes the algorithm works in your favor. So we experiment kabisa, lakini algorithm ikikujua as one thing, then try as much as possible to push that one thing so that ufike 500k followers, 900k, probably 1 million, then now you can look for other things to do. But once you've built that base of people who recognize you for that one thing, then do as much as you can. Don't stay in that box because you fear. It's just do it.
Oh, Della.
Yeah.
You're here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So also from you, maybe kwa mtu ameanzisha content creation, maybe a content creator mwenye ameanza kugrow right now. anataka tu kujua what's the link between algorithm and growing your audience. Kuna link gani hapo ndio at least ajue where do I begin, because you began somewhere yourself, who began somewhere, and now, right now you are in a bigger place. What is the link between algorithm and growing your audience?
Okay. Are you asking, unauliza mtu mwenye already amestart ama mtu mwenye anataka kustart?
Mtu amestart ako mahali tu hapo 100 followers, mahali ulikuwa ukianza ile Instagram yako, na anataka kujua algorithm itawakaje for me.
Okay, kama akonda like 100 like followers na maybe make like 10 videos. According to hizo videos zake 10 ama video zake 7, kuna maybe moja yenye yenye imepop, yenye iko na views mingi kuliko hizo zingine. Chenye mimi naweza mwambia hiyo yenye imepop ajaribu kufanya like exactly hiyo, aongeze like details zingine but afanye exactly kama hiyo, angalie if yenye atafanya next inakaa kama hiyo, kama itapop kama hiyo. Huyu ni mtu mwenye already asha start na ameenda maybe amepost like for like 10 videos, like 7 videos, but hajaona maybe difference.
So unasema across these social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, maybe Twitter, algorithm works the same for everyone?
Yeah, let me explain. Like my video yenye imeenda sana on Instagram, the same video imeenda sana YouTube, ndio mostly sana imeenda Facebook. Inakuanga hivyo, it's like algorithm huwa ina nini, ina work the same and how they distribute the content. Hata ujaribu upost ka video fulani YouTube, upost TikTok, imagine kakienda TikTok kataenda Facebook na kataenda YouTube. It's like they use the same algorithm.
Oh, that's
like,
great.
mostly naonanga hivi like for the first time ikuwe na high click rate, hata kama ijawachiwa na watu wengi, but hao watu wamewatch maybe for length kubwa, maybe ni video 8 minutes but most of the people wamewatch 3 minutes. Ni kusema hiyo video iko poa, na hapo hivyo automatically huwa wana recommend, huwa na distribute your video.
Oh, good. Koi, so kuna this almost all social media platforms kuna ile mode of engagement. Unapata unaweza like, unaweza comment, unaweza share, na ziko hivyo kwa kila platform. This is the kind of engagement that is required of your followers, or engage, maybe or comment on your post, or like your post, or share your post. How does it work how does it influence the performance of the algorithm sasa? Kwamba mtu akishare hapa, it is moving somewhere else, it is doing something else somewhere. How does it work? Maybe Della, because I think
the question. I think my sound was having a problem.
Sorry, I get you. So I'm asking, you see, there's a kind of engagement in all these platforms. Kuna like, kuna comment, kuna share. Ina happen across the social media platforms. Iyo commenting, iyo sharing, iyo liking, how does it work with the performance of algorithm? Inasaidiaje algorithm ama kukuza your content?
So you can hear me?
Yes.
For me, I'll speak from a personal perspective. When I make a Gen Z as video and the whole comment section is filled with, next do Gen Z as this and this and that, next do Gen Z as doctors, as masons, as watu wa mjengo, as all this, all those things, it puts my video in a space where there are people who are interested in the same. Like I said, there's a search bar, because there's a video I made not a long while back, but a good while back. And I did not mention who I was talking about in the video. I did not mention anything about the person, but the search bar still put the person's name because they can tell who I'm talking about. And they look at, okay, who is talking about this and this and that. We know someone who does the same. So let us put that person's name in the search engine so that when anyone interacts with Koi's video, they can see huyu ni ule mtu anaongelelea. So if someone out there ever made a video about me, not mentioning my name, not putting my face, not doing anything of the sort, it will still put that search bar hapo chini. And in the comment section, people who've maybe seen the other person's video, they'll be like, oh, I know who this is so and so and so, and they'll tag the person. So mtu atakuja kwa comment section yangu, ataenda kwa, you know, akiscroll aone, oh, this is the person Koi was talking about. So they'll go to that person's account. So you see, it's also, I'm giving the other person views and likes and comments and blah, 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 even without mentioning who the person is. So I feel like comments, likes, and shares definitely does play a very big role in the same, because mtu hako TikTok, I've had people download TikTok just for the sake of seeing my videos. Like wasikue tu wanatumia WhatsApp, unajaza storage ya simu yangu bana. Kila time nashinda nikidownload ndio nione video ya whoever it is that you're sending it to me. But when I have the app itself, then I can be able to maneuver around and see what else I also like. So it pushes your own agenda and also other people's agenda, depending on how active your comment section is. Na mtu akiona video yako afikiria it is so and so, wataiweka hapo, even if it's not the person. Like, it plays a very big role, because you end up seeing how people think, how people perceive you, what kind of perspective people have towards you. So inaekanga just everything way out there.
I can't hear you.
Yes, I've unmuted. You want to add something? Yes, come in.
Yeah, I want to add something. Okay, nataka to explain kidogo according to my understanding yenye umesema about mtu akicomment kama kuna kitu na affect your nini, maybe your video. Okay, let me explain according to my experience, lakini mi mostly naongea sana kuhusu YouTube, kwa sababu YouTube ndio huwa na make pesa mingi sana kuliko other social media like TikTok. Hata TikTok niko na views mingi sana, hata Facebook. Like on my YouTube huwa na understand hivi, the more comment watu wakikuja wa argue ama wa comment sana on your video, click rate inaenda juu. Na YouTube algorithm ina understand hivi, watu wako interested with this kind of the video. Kwa hivyo hiyo video after watu wamecomment sana inakuwa recommended kwa watu kama hao wenye wamecomment. Kwa hivyo inafanya your video ikuwe na high reach, graph yako inapada. That's what I understand by being watu wakicomment kwa your video. Thank you.
So far so good. So Dela, you're saying that kwa YouTube kuna a certain way you can really improve your content. Maybe it's engagement, it's visibility, and such kind of a thing. I want to believe also kwa Kui, there's a way TikTok you do things so that you can be, you are there, you are seen, you are visible, your content is found easily. So what are some of the best practices Kui ambazo unatumia kwa TikTok ambazo zinafanya your content ikuwe visible, loud, and it's the only thing people want to engage with?
For me, I'm going to give a very short and very personal story. A month after I started creating content, TikTok itself reached out to me, the TikTok offices in Kenya. And they were like, we've noticed that your content is doing very well, and we want you to be part of the family and all that. And, kiki ha ha ha. But also using trending hashtags, like there's hashtag FYP. FYP stands for You page. So mtu akiscroll atapata video yako on their own For You page. But I also realized that using my own hashtag, I created a hashtag Koigaku, just my social media handles. So that way, anyone who goes to search hashtag Koigaku, ni videos zangu tu atapata. And anyone else out there who's ever used my hashtag. The last time I checked, it was at 3-point-something million views, and a good number of the TikTok sounds that I've used, voice yangu ikiwa yenyewe, watu wengine wametumia, like they are lip syncing to my videos. So also looking at what is trending, ile video niliona imepata good number of thousands of views, ni hashtags gani wametumia. Maybe you can also try using them, see what the hashtag means, because utaki kuweka hashtag and then it ends up on the wrong side of the app, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, whatever. So just, I would urge people out here, create hashtag na jina yako. Jumi niko na yangu kuiga kwa any video on my feed, utapata hashtag kuiga kwa. And also, because again, I will keep saying this a good number of times, nataka tu mzoe sahi, Gen Z, like I do Gen Z content, so I also put hashtag Gen Z. So if anyone searches, oh Jesus, waki search hashtag Gen Z, my videos will pop up. In as much as there are very many other Gen Z content creators who use the same hashtags, but ukitumia that very specific hashtag, ndio mtu akisearch apate videos zako without even going to your page. Like mtu hata jua, oh, this is Koi. No, but because they typed in the hashtag, they'll see my video there. Then they will come to my page and see, oh, so she does this kind of content. This content I'd like to interact with. This content I'd like to be part of, and blah, blah, blah. So angalia tu zile hashtags zina trend. Zitumie because at that moment, that is what is trending. So ukiitumia, chances are your video might do very well. I'm not promising anyone anything like ukitumia hashtag 100,000 views, but there's a very high chance that if you use the trending hashtags, then your videos will do very well.
Yes, Kui, you are telling us something very important about the feasibility of your content, and I want to engage Dela, because Dela mostly ako YouTube. Ni kama aliama kidogo Instagram, but is still there, but YouTube anafanya sana. So Dela, I want you to tell us, kuna hii hashtag imekuja juzi inaitwa anguka nayo finance bill, reject finance bill na anguka nayo, that thing. So watu wengi wamekuwa wanaitumia, hata kwingine hawaitumii. Mtu anaandika tu post lakini lazima amalizie na anguka nayo. And then kuna some keywords ambazo watu hutumia kwa their content. Every time you are doing a content, there's this MP from Kiharu, every time anamaliza writing yake lazima aseme we are African and Africa is our business. What is the advantage of using these keywords? What's the advantage of these hashtags? Zinasaidia nini kwa feasibility ya content? Dela.
Okay, first of all, when you ukitumia like hashtag, unastahili kuwa very keen which type of hashtag. Like on my video, siwezi dhubutu ama kujaribu kutumia kitu kama Gen Z. Siwezi jaribu. Why? The time tu nitajaribu tu Gen Z, hawa tu watakuja watatap nini yangu, kisha kama wameenda wataharibu my cricket. Kwa hivyo mimi my hashtag huwa naangalia sana kwa video zenye nafanya, kwa sababu nafanya kitu kama humanitarian, nafanya humanitarian content na like documentaries. Kwa hivyo mimi, my audience are very special, na mimi like okay, mimi ni Gen Z, but kuna wale Gen Z nimetarget, Gen Z wale wa nini, wa documentary, staki wote, kwa sababu nikichukua hao wengine wataharibu my cricket na my videos zitaacha kuwa nini, recommended. Kwa hivyo mimi natumianga like hashtag, like hash documentary, hash life history, yani vitu kama hizo zenye zinaligana sana na nini, no documentary. Na pia huwa naangalia sana on my thumbnail and title. My thumbnail lazima ikuwe very very catchy, na ikikuwa very catchy lazima the information yenye nimeandika kwa hiyo thumbnail lazima wataipata kwa nini, kwa video. The time utawadanganya pale hivyo umeweka catchy thumbnail, kisha wameingia ndani wamepata nini, hiyo kitu haiko. Kwa hivyo wata left, hawatairudi kwako, wengine watafanya kitu, watakutoka and that. Saa not a must ati kwa sababu you are doing comedy, this type of the comedy atumeandika Gen Z. No, si lazima tuende na a trade, like a trade hashtag Z. You have to do a research. If you are doing comedy, fanya na hashtag za nini, za comedy. Let watu wenye wako recommended kwa video yako ni kweli hao watu mostly wanawatching the nini hiyo comment. For example, wewe hata ukienda kwa TV yako ama simu yako, vitu zenye unawatching ndizo sana huwa unakuwa recommended, hata kama hujai kama across that hiyo like huyo mtu analeta hiyo like that channel, hata kama hujai kama across, unaona at least hii video naweza kuwa nini interested. But like ukitumia like trading hashtag, maybe itawin another your nini your feed. If you are doing kama uko kwa hii industry, engage watu wako hashtag za hiyo nini za hiyo industry. Yeah, that's how I understand kwa YouTube. But maybe TikTok, like ukienda kwa mimi my TikTok, hadi uangalia TikTok yangu, my videos hata recently in 1 million 2 million. Yeah, videos zangu zinakuanga na a lot of views, but I don't use hashtag. Ukiangalia sana hazina hashtag. Kitu yenye mimi natumianga sana on my TikTok and Facebook, situmiangi hashtag na niko na a lot of views. Natumianga a catchy thumbnail. Mtu akipita tu hivi ashapata na anaingia nataka kuona ni nini iko ndani. Mimi mostly don't use hashtag, mostly natumianga nini a catchy thumbnail and title, and mostly thumbnail. Yeah, hiyo ndio natumianga sana. Kama ni hashtag, tumia hashtag yenye inaendanisha na your video. Yeah.
That's so amazing. That's so good. Sasa juu kuna Gen Z champion hapa anaitwa Kui. Sasa akuja atuambie nayo TikTok imemsaidiaje na hizo keywords zake za Gen Z. Anakuja na form nyingine fulani hapo. How is it working for you in TikTok? Kwa YouTube nani amesema, Dela amesema anaogopa sana, ako makini sana asipoteze some very important watu ambao kuja kwa content yake. How is it working on your side in TikTok?
On my side, I would definitely say that inafanya vizuri sana, because these are the kind of ways that you also get brand endorsements. An organization will look at you and want to work with you. I mean, I'm here with DOT Kenya, so that definitely says something about that. So ukieka that trending hashtag, because brands might not know jina yako itself, like hawezi jua kuiga ko, but wanajua uni dem anafanyanga content ya Gen Z. So wakienda wa search hashtag Gen Z and they see my videos, they'll be like, this is the girl I was talking about. Maybe we can onboard her for our upcoming campaign. You know, we'd want to work with her. And that is also a way of monetizing your content, because if I'm being very honest before the Lord and before each and every single one of you, I just started as a way to make people laugh. I never looked at it in a bigger picture. Like, mi nilikuwa tu nataka aya nyi mcheke, story imeisha, nilale, kesho niamke, mcheke tena, like that. But with time, you get to notice that these really big brands want to work with you. I've worked with Red Bull. I've worked with Fresh, Nini Agam. I've worked with the Kenya, the T-Board of Kenya, sorry. So it's just, they have seen this is the kind of, tuna target young people waanze kukunywa chai. We are targeting young people to, chew more gum. We are targeting young people to, Red Bull gives you wings. It doesn't actually give you wings, but just the feeling of drinking Red Bull, and we want to put you in that position of, you push this product for us. So hata kwa video yako umetengenezea a certain brand a video, but you've used your own hashtag and you've used theirs also. So when they search Red Bull Kenya, they will find you. When they search Gen Z, they will find you. So you never know, and this is something I've come to learn, you never know who is watching, because unaweza kaa tu hapo wewe unafanya tu watu wacheke, but at the end of the day there are brands who are targeting you and they want to work with you. So it helps in also monetizing your content, putting your name out there.
Kumbe tunasemaga hatuna leader, tuko leaderless, na ni wewe unatuuza, ni wewe umeuza Gen Z hapa. But on a light note, so turudi hapo utuambie now, you also said you are on X. Dela is on YouTube mostly, and I know you are checking how your content is performing. You have some analytics tools to check how your content is doing. I just want to know from you, how is that? How are those tools helping you to understand the behavior of the algorithm that you are in, maybe in the platform that you are working on? And maybe utuambie tu tool moja kwa X, because you are on X and you're also on TikTok. Ni gani tool ambayo unatumia kuangalia your behavior ya algorithm? Cool.
So it very recently is when Twitter started paying influencers, and Twitter is a very different space because Twitter is one of the hardest platforms to grow on. Actually, I grew on Twitter because someone else who was very well established on Twitter posted my video, and everyone was asking, who is this girl? Who is this girl? Where can we find her? I just had Twitter to what is happening in the country. But after I post video, I was like, oh guys, my name is Koi. Yeah, this is me, blah, blah, blah. So within a night, I had over 7,000 followers. And now those followers are filling your DMs and your comment section with tuweke video. I think I posted like 5 videos in one night, and they did very well. The one that did most like vizuri sana on Twitter is I did Gen Z as Chebukati, the former IEBC chairman, and it did very well because it was time ya elections, results ziko, mara haziko, mara zimeekwa bomas, mara haziko, you know. So I only also did that or went on Twitter because I was prompted to, not because I had wanted to, because Twitter has a very diverse group of people. Unaweza post video, it's done so well on TikTok, kuja Twitter watu wanakuuliza, ai madam, when you thought you were funny, what is this that you're bringing to us? So one, I would like to say it deserves a very tough skin so that you can be able to get through what all these people are telling you. But there are also other people who put provoking comments or opinions so that they can get engagements, so that at the end of the month, Elon Musk anafanya ile kitu kwa bank account. So just Twitter haina ile I have identified my niche, because you can make a very interesting kind of comment and it's gotten 1.3 million interactions. You can't go through all the comment sections.
Cool. Sorry for cutting you short. I was asking, utajuaje kama hiyo post umeweka, maybe kuna tools zozote unatumia kuangalia how that post uliweka maybe kwa Twitter it is doing, like umejuaje uko na impressions gapi, vitu kama hizo? How do you check it?
Oh, so when you go to your video or your post, hapo chini utaona part ya comments, part ya likes, part ya retweets, sharing on other social media platforms, and then there are like 3 lines, very short, taller, then tallest. So that usually shows your view analysis. So when you go there, you can see how far your video has gone, which country, county, or whatever that it has done well in. So if you want to work with that kind of demographic, ujue labda tuseme watu wa Busia ndio wanapenda content yangu, watu wa Central ndio wanapenda content yangu, then you can put content that will resonate with those people, but just simply pressing on those 3 lines, uko mwisho tu, that is where you can see your analysis, your comments, your everything of the sort. Then now that is when you will determine, aya nataka kufanya content ya this, ama let me look for something different to do. So it gives you a whole analysis of how well your post has done, your video, your comments, your blah blah blah, all that.
Oh, so good. Na TikTok, but before you answer on TikTok, acha nione Dela mahali amepotelea, kwa sababu pia YouTube I know alituambia ako na studio. Dela, how do you check the performance of your algorithm? How do you know how your content is performing, and what do you need to improve, and is there a tool you use specifically?
Yeah. On YouTube kuna kitu tunatumianga mostly YouTube Studio. Na YouTube Studio, like ukisha post video yako, maybe ikimaliza like 1 hour, inakuelezea tu, inaonyeshanga tu hapo hivyo, hii video imeperform aje for the last 10 videos. Kama iko number 3, inakuonyeshanga iko number 3. Hapo hivi inakuonyesha iko number 3, ukiclick ina open, na hapo hivyo ndivyo inakuonyesha kwa nini imeperform hivi. Inakuonyesha click through rate iko aje, inakuonyesha browser feature iko aje, recommendation iko aje. Na pia YouTube iko fiti inakwambiaga hapa hivi, maybe jaribu kuchange nini your title or change your thumbnail. Na pia inakwambianga kama ni maybe your nini your title or thumbnail iendanishi na another content yenye unafanyanga. Kwa hivyo inakuonyeshanga tu hapo hivyo clear. After 2 hours 30 minutes, sasa hata inakuonyeshanga watu wana watch muda gani. Inakuonyeshanga tu hapo hivyo. Let me try if my phone, hii simu yangu itanini nionyeshe tu direct on my YouTube studio.
Yes, as you do that, as you try sharing, Kui can come in and tell us, is it the same with TikTok or there's a special site ama a tool?
Ishafungua.
Oh yes, sir.
Okay, sijui kama mnaona kitu?
Is it possible to try? Are you online using the phone, because there's a place you can share your screen?
Sioni. Okay, wacha tu basi tu ni explain. Like for a moment, kuna another video yenye nilipost morning. Nikigia YouTube studio inanionyesha latest published content. Chini yake tu inaniambia nice, more regular viewers are choosing to watch this video, helping to increase its reach. Kwa nini inaniambia hivyo? Nikiangalia ranking by views naiona iko namba 3. Kisha views, average view duration, naona watu wana watch like 15 minutes. Na hizo zingine walikuwa na watch 9 minutes, 14 minutes. Kwa hivyo inaonyesha like watu wengi wana choose kunini watch hii video. Na that's why ina recommend watu wengi. Kisha YouTube yenyewe inaniambia hivi, understanding your performance, more views from YouTube recommendation. Yani the time watu watch minute kubwa, YouTube iliweza kudistribute my video. Kisha the next inaniambia high click through rate from regular channel viewers. Sasa imekuwa recommended kwa another channel zenye zinafanana na channel yangu. Na pia watu wenye wanaochingi channel hizo wakiingia kwa channel yangu wana watch longer than venye wanaochingi into both channels. Sasa video yangu inakuwa more recommended. That's how YouTube works.
Oh, that's so good. Maybe pia mimi nitajaribu sasa YouTube and I come for classes. Kui, does it happen the same with TikTok as you wrap up?
Yeah, it does. There's kwa video yako hapo chini kuna see analytics of your video where it shows how many people have video, how many have shared it to their friends, how long people watch. Like if your video was 1 minute long, it will say it was mostly played for 30 seconds, 49 seconds, or a good number of people watched the whole thing. So it does have a feature where you can see everything. And it also shows from that video, how many new followers have you gained. So it shows 67 new followers, 1,700 new followers. So you get to keep track. Unaangalia, ila video nilipost 3 days ago, 67 people followed. But this one I've posted now, a good number of thousands of people have, followed me just because of that video. And I also experienced the same because I'll be scrolling on my For You page and I come across a video that I love. But I've never interacted with this person, but I just pressed the follow button just because of that video. So those are some of the things that will also make you understand the kind of demographic that you have and also help you know ni gani naeza post watu wapende, ni gani naeza post wasipende. And it also shows for TikTok, it shows how many, like between gender, men and women, how many do you have more female followers? Do you have more male followers? It gives you a percentage, like 67% women, the rest men, or, vice versa. So it also helps you keep very specific details and keep track of how well your video is doing. Ile video nilipost, men liked it more. This video I posted, women liked it more. So inakusaidia tu kujua what is my way forward from now.
Oh, thank you. So nice. Oh, guys, si mumesikia wenyewe. Ni sisi tumejishikilia, ni sisi tumejikwamisha. Things are working. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, everywhere. You all have the support that you may need, and it is really, really, really amazing. Just to remind you that there's a link in the chat box. Link moja ni ya kufeed, unajaza survey tujue how the session was, what we are doing best, what we need to improve, and such kind of a thing. Then there's another link participants are going to click, waone partner senders iko wapi. There's a partner sender. There's a likelihood kuna partner sender near your community. Click that link, check where you come from. If there's a partner sender, when the Apple, you join a class, you improve your skills in content creation. Check the comment box. So now as we finish, by the way, I want to give both of you a minute each to give just one success story. I know you shared instances where one of your video did very well. Maybe one of your content did very amazing, but I just wanted to give you the last one chance to tell us one thing that made you, after understanding algorithm, this worked for me and it stood out. For Kui, 1 minute, and for the 1 minute. I understood algorithm and this worked out for me and it is still amazing even to this moment. Just 1 minute.
Okay, so I personally understood the algorithm on my side because it has led me to work with very big brands. It has led me to work with, celebrities in Kenya. It has led me to sit down with some of these people. I've, met Sauti Sol. I've met a good number of big names in the country that if you asked the high school me, I would never have thought this is where it would have taken me. So if there's anyone out there, when you're around your friends, you make them laugh. When you're with your family, guys are on the floor because they can't catch their breath, or there's just something very unique about you. Don't hold back, because at the end of the day, in as much as, I'm scared of what people might say, but what if my family, but what if, I get negative feedback, you'd rather live with, and this is something I always say, you'd rather live with the notion of I tried and it failed, instead of I did not try because I was scared of what people would say. So if there's anyone out there who's listening, the one thing I want you to take home with you today is jaribu ukaange ukiambia your grandchildren, I tried content creation, it didn't work. I tried music, it didn't work. I tried ABCD, it did not work. Instead of, I wish I would have. I know I had the resources, I had the means, and you don't need a big production house to do all this. If you have your phone, you have your camera, you can do so much with that, and it will lead to bigger and better things. I started off as a content creator. Right now, I have a whole team behind me that produces my show, that sound engineer, cameras, blah, 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 all that. So you never know where your skills and talent can take you.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations, Kui. And keep doing the work that you are doing. And also keep empowering the local communities and also young content creators to grow with these kind of sessions, coming for knowledge and sharing your experiences with us. Dela.
Asante sana. Pia mimi ningetaka maybe kama mtapata chance like venye naweza kuja na niongee na watu like direct, kwa sababu I have a lot of things ya kuinspire watu wenye wana try content creation. Kama mimi, I know you can't imagine, but like nikiangalia hapa hivi like content yenye nimelipwa pesa kidogo sana, naona ni 3,300 ni just to my new account yenye iko na 1 month. Yenye naona nimelipwa sana, nimelipwa 30k just within a month, na nimepost 50 contents. Kwa hivyo like in 1 month nimemake more than 200k, na ni channel yenye nime open like juzi. Kwa hivyo mkiweza pata a chance yenye naweza engage na watu direct na waonyesha wao wenyewe wanapitia, ndivyo wakuwe motivated kabisa. Like for mimi ukiangalia my content, naendaga tu na kasimu na kaweka pale hivyo na custard kangu ka 1500. Hata situmiangi like microphone, nachukuanga another ka phone, unasema nini hivyo, and then na make content yangu like huwa najaribu kabisa ku minimize the cost. Mimi nafanyanga hata zero budget, si ati sina do ya nini, but nafanyanga ati zero budget. Kwa hivyo mimi naweza taka sana like kumotivate young youths wenye nionyeshe kuna pesa sana at YouTube, kuna pesa mingi sana, na my happiness ama success ni kuongea na youth. Venye tu nimeongea na youth, kwangu it's like a success. Kwangu hiyo ndio success yenye mimi pangu naweza sema. Yeah.
Oh, I enjoyed the insights you people are giving. It's really good meeting you and sharing these experiences with young content creators. I know we'll still get another chance to share with them and also have a learning session with all of us. Maybe as I go to the question and answer session, I would like to request Kui to tell young creators somewhere. Content creator tu ameanzisha juzi na anashangaa hii algorithm imenisumbua mimi hata sijui ni nini. Unaweza mwambia nini tu in just 3 seconds? Unaweza mwambia nini? Algorithm isikusumbue kitu kama hiyo. What would you tell them?
I would tell them, understand your niche. Ukipost hiyo video yako ya kwanza, look at the kind of people that are interacting with your content. What generation they're from, what kind of demographic they fit in. Is it the working class? Is it us who are out here trying to build a better future for ourselves? And just speak for them. Because unajua, you're putting yourself in the shoes of maybe a hustler or someone who has a 9-to-5. So you're familiar with that kind of work environment. You're familiar with that kind of life. So wenda tu nayo, whatever that person in Kajiado who is having a 9-to-5, venye anafikiria is the exact same way you're thinking. So speak for them, and that way they will share it with people who are also in the same kind of area. And with time, like I said, they are the same people who will grow your content and put you out there. 10 years from now, when you're winning a Grammy for the best Netflix stand-up comedy show, these are the people who be like, I knew you when you were at 150 followers, when you were at 500 followers and stuff. So just understand your niche, identify your niche, and songa tu nayo. Those are the same people who will help you build your brand.
Waanguke nayo.
Tuende nayo.
Nice. Thank you so much, Kui. Thank you so much, Dela. I'm sure our participants have questions to ask. We'll post that question in the comment section. Itaonekana and utajibiwa. Then check also the comment section. There's a lot of information to consume. Kuna a lot being shared there. When you wameinua mkono, you still get a chance to ask your question in this discussion. Let them come. Questions.
There's a question from Brenda Kisa. Brenda anauliza, are there some rules to posting content, like things that you aren't allowed to do when posting content? Della, maybe unaweza to explainia more on this. Again, are there some rules to posting content, like things that you are not supposed to do when posting content? Della?
Okay, venye nimeunderstand, sikuwa nimeunderstand hiyo question poa. Like anauliza ni vitu gani ustahili like kupost on maybe on YouTube. Like hata mimi mostly niangalie sana on YouTube. Most on YouTube, the time umemonetize, unapatanga maybe umepost video, umeput a lot of hard work, but pale hivyo the time umemonetize, ukienda kumonetize unaambiwa suitability. Yani hiyo content like YouTube iwezi distribute, hata kama ita distribute haitakulipa. Mostly inakuanga ni nini? Mostly inakuwa ni nudity, maybe vulgar language. Yeah, but ukikuja kwangu on my documentary nafanyanga vulgar everything. But kwa sababu nimeunderstand algorithm ya YouTube, najuanga venye nita describe, venye nitaweka title, hata nikiweka jina gani sizipigwa suitability. Kupigwa suitability ni kusema hauwezi kuwa demonetized. Yeah, kwa hivyo lazima like uelewe chenye unastahili kupost. Nimekujibu ama sijajibu swali
Asante
lako?
sana. Yes. Yes. Brenda, I hope you've been answered. Della anasema kwamba know the kind of language that unaweka hapo kwa content yako. Even if it's a video or a caption, use proper language that ina-align na social media platform yako. I hope you've been answered, Brenda.
Let's take the questions.
Also a question by zimekuwa repeated. There's a question posted by Isaac and Kelvin. Maybe the speakers can address more on traveling vlogs, live streaming, which are booming right now. And I believe, Della, you are more suitable for this because what you do also ina-align sana na iswali, traveling vlogs and live streaming. Maybe you could speak a little about it, tuambie some tips how to manage such things.
Okay, for me, I have like 10 YouTubes. Niko na like 10 YouTubes. Like nikiangalia my YouTubes, kuna yenye nafanyanga lifestyle, kuna yenye nafanyanga hiyo traveling, kuna yenye vlogs, nini. Sasa mimi mostly naangalianga ni which type of the content nalipwa pesa mingi. Like ukifanya like traveling, no travel outside the country, like uko audience wako maybe wako US, UK, unaweza unalipwa pesa mingi sana. Na nini yako, content yako inakuanga distributed anyhow, inafikianga mtu wote. Kwa hivyo unaweza kuwa na nini na reach kubwa. Ukifanya sasa lifestyle, uko na a lot of competition kwa sababu watu wenye wanafanya lifestyle Kenya like wana a lot of things to show up. Kwa hivyo uko na competition kubwa sana, ndio watu wa watch lifestyle yako. Kwa hivyo utahave kutumia pesa mingi yenye maybe hautarudisha ukifanya ile content. Na pia kuna content zingine hautumii pesa but inakulipa pesa mingi sana, like documentaries. Hautumii pesa mingi but hizo ndizo content zenye zinalipango na pesa mingi kabisa. Yeah, unapata content iko 10k but umelipwa the same hiyo 10k. Lakini utapata another content like your lifestyle iko 10k lakini hata hujafikisha kulipwa hata 1000. Maybe imekulipa na RPM ya 60, maybe imekulipa RPM ya 40 per 1000 views. Unaona? Na umeinvest a lot of pesa na at the end of the day bado umekuwa nini? Kwa sababu tajirika umeenda kuwa maskini, na kwa sababu tunafanya content ili tujiajiri na to make nini? To make pesa. Kwa hivyo when you are choosing content yenye ya kufanya lazima uangalie at the end of the day na make nini? Na at the end of the day na make na put like capital inatoshanaje, na hiyo capital itarudi. Yeah, hope nimemwanza.
Yes, kuna question from Justin Limo anauliza Koi, unaulizwa, there's a question imepostiwa hapo. Someone is asking you, how do you know whether your audience is happy with your content? Is it the comment, likes or shares? I want to read all the questions so that after they have answered, after I've read them all, after Koi amejibu yake, Della anaweza jibu. Kuna nyingine Della ameulizwa what type, that one is for both of you. What type of content is best consumed? There's another question on when your videos are no longer recommended, how can one redeem himself or herself? Should you change the content? So I would like you to give it to Koi ajibu hiyo ameulizwa na Justin, then both of you can answer generally hiyo swali ya video ziko recommended, utafanya nini na content gani na consumer. But that one I think it was answered during the discussion. Maybe you can just clarify. Thank you.
Okay, so how do you know people like your videos? Is it likes, shares, or comments? Personally, I would say, I think for me, comments work a lot more than just likes and shares, because you could share with a friend because you find it funny, not because you have something to say about it. You could like it just because the person in front, on your screen looks good, or their eye makeup, blah, blah, blah. But ukienda kwa comment section, you see people like, oh my gosh, I would do this. Oh my goodness. this is so unique. Oh my gosh, please do the next one as blah, 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 all that. It gives you feedback, and you're also able to interact with your audience in the sense that TikTok has a feature where you can reply to a comment with a video. So if I posted, let's say, Gen Z being kidnapped, and then in the comment section, there's someone saying, next do Gen Z as doctors, you can reply to that comment with a video, so that uyo mtu mwenye comment hiyo, throughout your entire video, comment yao iko hapa, like where my hand is. Like the comment is here, but I'm doing Gen Z as a doctor because this person simply wanted to see how Gen Zs would look like as a doctor. So for me, personally, I would say that comments work best for me. So look at what people are saying. Look at what people are saying so that you can automatically go with the flow. There's some people who will say, oh, you're not even funny. Wewe ukiwa hapo useme, then I don't even need to make videos anymore. But just go with the majority of the people, because out of like 100 comments of positivity, there's that 2, 3, 5 that are negative. You really can't look at the negative side of things. Just look at the positive side of it. Look at what people want to see. Look at what you're bringing to the table and what people want to consume, and go with that.
Dela.
Kwa hiyo mimi na support Koi ni kama ame-explain poa, ni hivyo tu.
Oh, good. So both of you now, for the last time, then I give it over to the person closing this session. Where can we get you? Where can you get you? Where can you get you, Samuel, and where can you get you, Koi? Because I know they still have some more questions that are following, and they will need to answer. But then, where can they get you so that they can ask you these questions?
Like I said in the beginning, my main places that you can find me is TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All of them I go by Koi Gakuo, and it's not Koi with a K, it's Koi with a Q, so QUI.Gakuo. That is where you will interact with all my content. If you want to comment, if you want to send me a DM, I regularly check my requested messages so we can interact a lot more. If you have any questions, any advice that you would need on the same, just reach me on all those. And also I have my email address on my social media platform. So ukiona I've taken a bit long to respond to your DM, I usually check my emails almost every day. So just shoot me an email. Koi, how can I go about ABCD? I will definitely respond to that. So that is where you can find me. Koi with a Q, QUI.
Is there?
Yeah, kwangu mimi napenda kuinteract direct. Like ukienda kwa my YouTube, namba yangu inakuanga tu kwa screen every time. Maybe on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, maybe nitadre kukujibu. But when ukichukua namba yangu hapa hivyo kwa YouTube, ina land tu hapa hivyo. Mimi unitext on WhatsApp. Mimi lazima nitakureplya everything you need, mimi nitakuexplainia hapo. Maybe hata ukiona maybe nimekaa, lazima mimi nitakujibu. Yeah.
So I saw a question that walikuwa wanasema hii lazima ujibu, but then kabla sijaisoma, I'll just give it to Flavian on what to do with the question, and ata guide appropriately. Flavian.
I'm sorry, my network imenipoteza kidogo. I don't know where you reached, but I'd love to, before I conclude, I'd love to give Dennis Kipkoech a chance to speak. Dennis, put it brief, tafadhali.
Okay. Thank you, Flavia, for the chance. Just to address a few things before I ask a question. Something about having so many interests means that you have 100% focus on none of them. So that shows that you should really know what type of content you want to do, and then stick to that content. Also, about posting, someone asked, should I post all my content, all the content I do, or how do I go about it? So what I would say is, remember, anything you post, you will have people engaging with you. So by the time you arrive at deciding to post certain content, you should know that what impact it may have to your audience. So yeah, that's goes. So I don't know. Let me ask Samuel and Kui. Like, would you rather post quick fire content like every day of the week, or work on 3 quality contents 3 times a week? Which one would you go for? Quick fire content every day of the week, or 3 quality good content? Also, the question about using someone else's content to make your content. I've had situations where guys tell me that you can, let's say, stream an event from the comfort of your home using certain softwares and still get your channel growing and getting the views and everything. And also, let's say for someone and Kui, have you had like people taking your content and using it elsewhere legally, okay, and making money from it? Or is there any way like someone can make money from your content, like maybe taking your content and reacting about it? Or yeah, is there any legal way to go about that? And also, yeah, how to monetize on YouTube? I know someone mentioned that he monetized his account, his most recent account, with I don't remember the how many views he got from that video, but yeah, how so many people have this good content, but monetizing it is where the trick comes in. You might have like so many videos and so many views, but then monetizing can be a little bit hard. So maybe if someone can clarify, at what point do you start monetizing your content? Can you monetize your content with views as little as 1,000, let's say, per se? So also the impact of AI. I saw someone asked the same question. So yeah, how do you use AI to create your content? Has AI had an impact, like from, if someone said he started 2013 up to now, AI has really gone upscaled in its use in the industry. So are there any like visible changes that someone has seen or made regarding AI? Yeah, otherwise, just for the introduction, I do video editing, graphic design. So I basically help content creators to create videos that are visually impelling and videos that keep creating that engagement. Like someone mentioned, thumbnails, YouTube thumbnails. Once you see a thumbnail that really sticks out and really conveys the message of the video, more people are likely to click on the video just by looking at the thumbnail and how yeah, because a thumbnail communicates. Yeah, so thanks. So yeah, if I can get answers for that, then
Thank you
you very
so
much for the
much.
chance. Yeah.
Thank you, Dennis, for the questions. To Kui, how long can you, or is it okay to make fire content daily? I mean, kila siku ni fire content, or do you prefer making content or posting content thrice in a week? How can you manage or balance your schedule?
Okay, so for the first few days I was doing content creation, I used to post a video every day of the week. But with that, I realized I kind of ran out of ideas quite fast, because I am thinking, let me do Gen Z as engineers. Oh no, I already did that last week on Monday. So I decided to come up with a schedule where I'd be posting at least 3 videos every week, Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, whichever days of the week. So that seemed to work best for me, so that I can also give myself some time to come up with a proper script, or a timetable of, by this day you should have posted a video. So it also helps you manage your time, because I'm not just a content creator. I have a life outside of the me that you see online. So tuseme niko na an event that I have to do on Friday, but that same Friday I also have an event. I know in the morning I'll make the video, ama when I come back home I'll make the video. So that posting quick fire content every day worked for me in the beginning. But once I started getting brand partnerships, I started, now working properly, I had to fit my timetable, properly. So for me, I'd say kidogo kidogo too. You also need to let people, sit back and be like, what is she going to post next? See, kesho tunajua atapost. So it also keeps your audience intrigued with what you have for them next.
Thank you so much, Kui, for giving us your your take on that. For the rest of the questions, tumeweka handle zao hapo kwa chat box. If you have any question, any concern, kindly ingia kwa inbox yao or DM them on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube to get your answers, to get your questions answered. I'd like to take this chance to thank Kui and Della for honoring our invite, for being with us here today, kutuambia hii mambo yote about building an audience and understanding algorithms. We appreciate your insights. For me, my biggest takeaway is the fact that you do not have to change your content. And as much as zinapata views kidogo, just keep on posting. You don't know who is watching. You don't know at what time that luck may come. So keep doing your thing. Do not change your content for whatever purpose. I'd like to thank my colleagues, Ida and Sebastian, for moderating the session. Thank you so much, guys. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Dot team. Thank you, Sana, for your support and your presence throughout the session. Kindly follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at Dot Kenya. Additionally, hapo kwa YouTube, Digital Opportunity Trust Kenya, that's the name of our YouTube channel. So kindly, if you want to engage with our content, if you want to engage with any kind of, tukikuwa na masterclass or any kind of meeting we have, to follow huko mtapata more information. I hope mmejaza the survey form that go through the chat box. If you haven't, please enda kwa chat box, click the link and fill in the survey form. And we also have a list going on hapo showing you the centers we are working at alongside the community leaders wenye wako huko. So if you know you're close to a center, uko karibu na center iko hapo, angalia CL ni nani, information yake iko hapo, mpigie mwambie ni hivi na hivi to be part of our training. Thank you so much, guys, for your collaboration, your participation. It has been an engaging session. I've learned so much. Yeah, that's it for today. Have a good evening.